Seen from afar, Libya's stalemated revolt can be a confusing melange. Cockpit video of precision airstrikes, a disorderly muddle of rebel advances and retreats that borders on the tragicomic, noisy demonstrations that border on the manic. For those living through it, whose lives and the future of their children hang on its outcome, it's all that and much more.
Freedom. Our freedom, our dignity, to live as human beings, as other human beings in Europe and in America, not as slaves.
Colonel Muammar Qaddafi's threat to root out rebels alley by alley, room by room, left those who joined the revolt with no choice but to fight to the finish on their own. The foreign workers oil-rich Libya paid to do menial work fled in their tens of thousands, and people in rebel areas found a new sense of civic duty. Hassan al-Shukri and his friends sweep the Benghazi promenade for free.
For the revolution, okay? We need to keep it clean and to keep it free.
The fortunes of war are an emotional and physical roller coaster. Window shopping in Benghazi is checking notices of the missing, up to 20,000 people by some counts. Many of them are from the town of Ashdabia. Once home to 140,000 people, it has been overrun and recaptured repeatedly and is now back in rebel hands. Abdel Hamid found this bit of blood-soaked flak jacket in front of his house. You don't need to know Arabic to understand the effect all of this has had on his psyche. Perhaps only those who have had to do so can understand how quickly you become attuned to the background music of war. You learn how to tell the difference between a battle and happy fire, shooting in the air to celebrate, with a willful disregard for the laws of gravity. Or perhaps it is a fatalism born of terrible things happening in mundane circumstances. When the town was being attacked, Saad al-Nas phoned two of his friends and was answered by a Qaddafi loyalist soldier who told him, "We've taken them to eat pasta." What do you think happened to them?
We hope he's alive and both of them are alive, but
the only way to keep sane is to keep going, even if the local equivalent of your favorite bar has been trashed. Such are the effects of war that even the most terrible things can become symbols of pride. Everyone we met in this street happily told us that this was a Libyan army vehicle and that 4 of Qaddafi's soldiers died in it. And as in every war, the young are the cannon fodder. 23-year-old Yunus Idrisi was hit by a happy fire round. He claims he already has a notch on the barrel of his anti-tank weapon, but then admits he's actually only fired it once. The burden of being a parent takes on a new meaning when bonding means taking your son to the front line, which is what bank cashier turned rebel Ahmed al-Kadiki did. Not that he had a choice, 18-year-old Mufta being a typical teenager, AK-47 notwithstanding.
If he didn't take me, I would come here by myself.
You're not afraid?
No. Before I was. But you know, after what's happened, you can't be afraid no more.
And he's also seen too many movies and video games for his own good.
This is the reality. You gotta fight and accept your destiny.
For some, accepting their destiny has meant reversing course. Sami Shakmet planned to open an Italian restaurant. Instead, with donated food and volunteer labor, he turns out thousands of meals a day to feed refugees and rebel fighters.
This is the Libyan culture. Qaddafi took it away from us for the last 40 years, but this is how Libyans are. We all help each other.
The rebellion may yet tear the country apart, but it has in many other ways bonded a people who spent 4 decades being told one man was the only focus for their lives.